Good morning, everyone. It is Monday morning. We're rocking and rolling. We got a good training this Friday on mentorship. If you missed Don't Lie to Yourself training or any of the training, the sales training, the pitch training, the ego training, all the different trainings, time management training, all you have to do is email me, david@dmeltzer.com. You can get the guides, the exercises. I'm more than happy to send you my book for the holidays. I'll send it out, sign it, pay for shipping. It's all yours. Let's put some questions in. Always good to see everyone. Also, if you missed any of the trainings, they're all featured on Spotify, Entrepreneur, and every platform. So just check out the playbook. Go ahead, give it a like, give it a comment, share it with friends. The playbook featured on Spotify, featured on Entrepreneur in every platform. Good morning, Anthony. Long time no see. How are you? Great to see you, everyone. Team David Meltzer pinning up where to reach me right there. 949-298-2905 to join my text community. Email me, david@dmeltzer.com. All right. Can I get you back? Book to India. We have a ebook to India. That's not a problem. Outside the U.S., we'll go digital. Inside the U.S., we can mail if either one you want. When do you recharge? When you're constantly giving. Every day I recharge. I vacation every single day. And so, 2 minutes a day is worth more than 2 hours on a Saturday. Just remember that. And so you can vacation every day. Let's answer some questions. What is self-made millionaire according to you? Well, anyone that makes over $1 million is a self-made millionaire. We have complete control in our lives. We need to ask ourselves, what did I do to attract this to my life? And what am I supposed to learn from it? That's the key. Anyone is a self-made millionaire that has $1 million. You can be born into it, etc. In my opinion, you're self-made. You're self-made. Everything we control in our universe. What do you do to recharge? Well, there's several things that I do. For me, recharging is meditation, 20 minutes a day, exercising a minimum of an hour a day. I'll take my wife's car out. She has a 55 Ford Thunderbird and drive the beach. I will go for a walk with my wife. Variety of things, play with my 10-year-old son. Family dinners are recharging for me, which we try to have every night with the 6 of us. Just picking things that fill my soul and calling friends, volunteering and helping people. Just whatever it takes always recharges me. How to be the first in the school. I don't know what that means to be first in the school. Show up. Do your best. Have fun and learn. 3 simple lessons in everything I do. I do my best. I learn a lesson and I have fun. So I'm always learning. So, hey, I want to send my love to King Liban. I want to send my love to you. This is good to see you. Thank you. What's your favorite holiday tradition? On business, we do our holiday training, which we'll do, and we try to help as many people as we can. But my favorite personal one is that for every present throughout the years that I've bought my children, I buy 2. And then I donate them. And sometimes I get to watch, this year I probably won't be able to, watch them give them away. It's just a cry fest. It's amazing, but that's my favorite 2 traditions, business and personal. So, looks good there. Keep it coming. What's the best way to focus and deal and perform anxiety before a final exam? Best way to focus and deal with anxiety before exam is to prepare for the exam. The more prepared for an exam you are, the better you'll be able to be in a majesty of calmness. So preparation is the key, and then breathing. Go ahead, tell yourself rule number 6, don't take yourself so seriously. You can go ahead, breathe through your nose, out through your mouth. Make sure you have a nice breakfast so you have energy. But preparation is the only key that I believe that gets rid of that anxiety. Alrighty, let's see here. How do I track productivity while on furlough? Well, you track activity by the inventory of your own values. For me, I take value assessment every day. My personal values, what I want. My experiential values, what I want. My receiving values, what I want. And of course, my giving values. And I track it. I ask and attract. I'm a student in my calendar. I do it now. Practice ending fear. All of these different things. But the calendar is a great place with the lens of productivity, accessibility, and gratitude to continue to do that. And I have some guides on that if you want. So go ahead and email me, david@dmeltzer.com. If anyone wants any of the old guides, exercises, my books, anything you want, david@dmeltzer.com. Join my text community, 949-298-2905. You better quarantine yourself. Nope, just I got food stuck in my throat. Hold on. What I need is clear out my mouth with water. There you go. All right. What's this stream about? Helping people. Empowering over 1 billion people to be happy. Always has been. So do free Q&A. Have guests come on. We're always doing well. Here we go. Keep on answering it. Advice for college students to make the most of the pandemic situation. Look, you have to look within because this is an opportunity to develop your skills, to attain knowledge of not only what you want to know, but who, and also become more inspired and increase that desire. So focus in on your skills, your knowledge, and your desire. See how those align with industries that are doing well, careers that are doing well, jobs that are doing well, companies that are doing well, of course, stable ones or ones that you think will be doing well. Greatest thing you should be doing as a college student, developing skills, knowledge, and your desire. What's your favorite type of music? I like all music. So the ones that I feel I like the most. So everything from classical music to reggae to rap to all types of old school stuff. Doesn't matter. Jazz, love jazz, funk, just good stuff that resonates with me. And so we're looking there. All right, let's see here. Who we got? Hello, everyone. Can you have a mentor who you don't know personally? Oh, yeah, for sure. Napoleon Hill, Wayne Dyer, those guys were mentoring me for years before anything. I still have mentors that I know and I don't know. So remember, a mentor, we're going to talk about mentorship on Friday, is someone that sits in the situation you want to be in. Right? The easiest way to get somewhere is to find someone that's already there and ask them for, blue's my favorite color, by the way, ask them for directions. So find someone that sits in the situation you're in, ask them for directions. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much. Did you ever struggle to maintain inspiration? What do you do if this occurs? Well, first of all, yes. I struggle for minutes and moments now. I used to study for hours and days and weeks and even months, never years. But the struggle was because, one, I didn't identify the difference between inspiration and motivation. I was extremely motivated, but that would suck my soul dry of energy. I would use fear to motivate me. I'd use competition to motivate me. I would use, all these different ego-based emotions to motivate me, and it sucked my soul dry, so I couldn't stay inspired. Once I realized that I only use motivation to get me started, to get me restarted, to get me up, to get me back up, and then I utilize what I'm connected to and a practice, 5 daily practices with 4 values to keep and clear the connection to that which I'm already connected to and from. And this strategy over the last 15 years has helped me the majority of the time stay inspired, although I do spend minutes and moments out of inspiration. But it's how quickly can we get back to center or to our higher self. Exactly. Did you ever experience fear of missing out? Perhaps when you were younger? FOMO was a huge problem of mine. Huge problem. So I moved it to JOMO, which is joy of missing out, from fear of missing out. So utilizing JOMO and trying to find the light, the love, and the lessons in what I'm doing, instead of putting focus, attention, and intention on what's missing, which then I got more of what's missing, which is the whole directive of FOMO, fear of missing out. Move it to JOMO by focusing in on what you are doing and what you do have, and your life will change. It did mine. Didn't happen until into my 40s that I learned JOMO. But FOMO will drain you as well. It'll suck your soul. It will steal your joy. So stay out of FOMO. All right. Very good. Let's get to the next one. I'm asking for a friend. Doesn't matter who you're asking for. How would you get into the modeling business? Well, I believe in the 5 daily practices. If I was in the modeling business, I would take daily inventory of my values, not be afraid of being a hypocrite, focusing on the skills, the knowledge, and desire that it takes to be a modeling agency. Then I would ask in person, on the phone, via email, and social media, regular media, do you know one that can help me? If you ask that, statistically changing your focus, then being a student in your calendar, focusing in on with the lens of productivity, accessibility, and gratitude, all the different productivity, accessibility, and gratitude of what you're doing. Labib, welcome. Hey. How do you keep yourself motivated when you know live audiences? Hey, buddy, come live with me sometime. Let's do some more magic together. Labib, good to see you. He's a great musician if you haven't caught him. John White joining me now. He is going to ask a question. Hey, John.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm choking, but I'm doing okay. Everyone thinks I got the COVID now. You
I
got to.
know.
My favorite meme is, right, you used to cough to hide your farts. Now I'm sitting here farting to hide my cough. People are like, oh, quarantine yourself.
Yeah, most people will be way more comfortable with the farting over the coughing right now.
For sure. Anyway,
Uh,
you got a question for me?
yeah, man. I heard you like jazz. Somebody asked you about music. So, like, what's some of the type of jazz you like? I mean, as far as the old school stuff, or is it
Yeah.
kind of contemporary, or?
Well, the Marcellus is, I like jazzy funk too, like George Porter,
Okay.
all those guys, Baptiste,
Okay.
David Baptiste Jr., of
Yeah.
course, old Miles Davis, big band jazz too. I like, my grandfather was a jazz pianist. He played
Wow.
with Benny Goodman, played with Benny Goodman in a band, and he actually got to play at the Super Bowl, San Diego, 1988. They put 88 pianos at halftime on the field, and my grandfather was one of the pianists at 88 years old. And 8 is a lucky number in China, so 111 is mine. But yeah, so I went to law school in New Orleans, so went to Preservation Hall, all types of little hole in the wall jazz places. I love a good second line.
Oh,
It's just
okay.
anything gets me going.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. Good to hear. Of course, I'm a jazz artist, so I would be
Oh
very
wow,
interested in hear that kind of stuff. So my stuff's more contemporary, but I do some old school classic stuff too. Big band. I love Marcellus is one of my favorites. Branford sax player and stuff like
yeah.
that. But what advice would you also give young artists that are musicians, but also want to get into other ways to kind of be entrepreneurs and things like that, or some things to look at as far as entrepreneurship?
Yeah, so one of the advantages of being an artist is that you see things differently, number one, and two, you're out there, right? There's a whole bunch of business around content, and
Mhm.
you already understand content in a traditional sense. And if you can apply what you've learned from producing that content and to business, so there's all these. It's like baseball cards, right? Guys are making millions of dollars in baseball cards because they have a passion of baseball cards. If you love jazz, there might be jazz collections, there might be jazz just different jazz movie there's all types of things that you might have seen, or you might just be in so many clubs that you see, hey, there's a better way to dispense toilet paper, and you want to get in, right? And I've seen that happen, right? A guy's been in a business, and he's watching and watching, and he realized, you know what, there's got to be a better way to clean my hands. And then they go ahead and make Gojo, and makes millions and millions of dollars because he wanted to figure out a new way to clean his hands. So I have Dr. George in New Orleans, down in Louisiana. He was a doctor, realized that there was a better way to do, and he sold his company for $200 million
Wow.
for hands. So you don't know, but what you want to do is keep an open mind for opportunity and think those through, and then ask for mentorship when you think of a good idea. Something that hits you inside, just like the music does.
Hmm.
Then go seek someone that's in that business and ask them for help, right? Because you won't know all the ins and outs of distribution, marketing, all that stuff. So
Right.
you're exposed to a bunch of stuff. use your awareness and your energy to find something that seems to be a good business, and then ask for help.
Yeah, that's good. You just actually just kind of opened my mind a bit, because to go outside of the music part, you're right. Like anything that deals with playing the horn, or where you're at location, what can make my job easier, or what don't I like about the stage, or whatever, you can
Yeah.
find make that better, and basically it could be a business. So that's
And those are the guys that make the money, that figure out how to make what they do better.
mhm.
Just like I get a lot of moms now. We do a new TV show called 2 Minute Drill. You should come on it and pitch, be interesting. But we have when you get your idea, it's on Bloomberg TV starting in January. But a lot of the moms came on this season, and it was like, I was tired of putting my kid into the car seat and taking his jacket off, and then there's safety issues. So I created a jacket that buckles into the car seat. Or,
Nice.
Or a breastfeeding lady was like, this was uncomfortable, or other people like, there's nothing fashionable. One lady, hot flashes. There's all types of good companies. When you're a musician, you're exposed and continually to something that people need. So put that seeking missile out there. I'm going to find something that people really need, and then ask for help. Don't try to do it yourself. Go find someone in that industry, ask for help. It'll accelerate what you're doing to make more money, help more people, and have fun. Okay?
Appreciate it, man. Thanks a lot.
I'll see you soon, man. Thank
All
you
right,
so
man.
much. Keep
All right.
farting.
All right.
All right. Take care. All right. That was Johnny White, great jazz musician. Welcome and thank you for coming. What are 3 habits will improve? What 3 habits will improve? Look, create a habit machine through taking inventory of values, asking and attracting to your calendar, do it now, and practicing ending fear. If you want, I have an exercise that you can use to build these habits, to build a habit machine. Email me, david@dmeltzer.com. Email me or join my text community, 949-298-2905. I answer everything myself. So thank you for your patience. And I don't go deep on my answers. I'll send you my cell phone if I need to explain or feel it's a benefit there. So thank you. Let's answer some more questions here. Great guest, Johnny White. My favorite color is blue. I had to answer that one. All right. My favorite food. All right. I know health nuts out there are going to freak, but a hamburger is my favorite food. And about once a month, I have a hamburger Happy Meal from McDonald's. Nice 220 calorie, non-nutrition, but it makes me feel so good. The happiness factor is so much better. So, keep me from coughing here. I'm just clear my throat. Let me clear my throat. All right. Here we go. What do you need in your life or business right now? What value could someone provide you? Thank you, by the way. I don't need anything. If I needed anything, I wouldn't be here. For me, what I would like is more people to join us on Fridays. We have over 20,000 people registered every Friday. I want more people to share my podcast, The Playbook, so that we can empower more people to be happy. I have come up with great pragmatic systems combined with faith to get what you want in life. And I want people to make more money, help more people, have more fun. So if you all can share my content, get people to come to Friday trainings, just email me directly, david@dmeltzer.com. That's what I need. I ate some bacon this morning. It's stuck in my throat. All right. Unable to follow my timetable. Any helping ideas? Yes. Email me, david@dmeltzer.com. I'll send you a time management document that we had, and go to the playbook and watch the time management. Also, everyone, if you want to get answers as well when I'm not here, I have a search engine which has all my answers on it. Search.dmeltzer.com. Try it out. All righty, let's answer some more questions here. So many. Thank you so much for providing these, everybody. Really appreciate it. Do you use time blocking in your daily schedule? Well, I have a 5:20 rule. I try to keep every phone call to 5 minutes, every meeting, interview to 20. I block out activity. I get paid for activity I don't get paid for. So I have planned activities, unplanned activities, and time in that calendar, that blank space that I study. I pay attention plus intention to give the coincidences I want. That's actually a mathematical equation to luck. Attention plus intention equals coincidence. I use that in my calendar with the lens of productivity, accessibility, and gratitude, studying what I have planned, what I don't have planned, and of course, my sleep. My tomorrow starts today at 9 p.m. One of the key components of my life is to start my tomorrow today by having an unwinding routine. An unwinding routine is like warming up for sleep, which is the greatest time for me because my ego is out of my way when I sleep, and I just have a clear connection to the subconscious and unconscious of what I want. As long as I am aligned with my desires, my intent and intent from being a student of my calendar, I'm more likely or statistically to get a coincidence or what I want. So it all works together in one technology, one universe, all together as one. Best piece of advice that one of your bosses gave you. One of my favorite ones, treat your friends like your bosses and your bosses like your friends. Treat your friends like your bosses and your bosses like your friends. Be the first one in and the last one to leave. Those are two good pieces of advice that bosses have given me, and they're very simple, and they will change your life and your business and your pocketbook. I promise you. How do you align with your desires? Taking inventory of your values every day helps you align with your values as long as you're not afraid of being a hypocrite, meaning changing your mind, that you come to an awareness or a realization that you don't know what you don't know. So that's how we go ahead and do that. If you could institute one new law, what would it be? Good question. That you have to smile a certain amount no matter what. There's a minimum smiling requirement. Or when you see someone, you have to smile. That would be my law. All right. That's it. It might be corny, but I think it will work. Absolutely. If a genie gave you the wishes, 3 wishes probably, what would you wish for? And can I wish for more wishes? I'd wish for more wishes. I'd wish that ego was only to utilize to preserve the embodiment, not the feelings, the emotions. I would wish that everyone was happy and everyone was healthy. Those are the 3 things. I would wish for only body preservement with the ego, that everybody was happy and everybody was healthy on this world. Those are my 3 wishes, if you did allow me to wish for more wishes. So hopefully those would help. What is a lesson, skill you take away from a tough loss in your early 20s? I take lessons on everything, right? There is no bigger or small losses. There's just lessons. And the lessons keep on coming until I learn them. And I want to make sure that I don't create or do lessons twice. So great lesson is to be humble and to ask for help and to know what I don't know. To be humble, to have radical humility, ask for help, and to acknowledge, acquire the knowledge that I don't know what I don't know. Acknowledge that I am humble, I need help. And the easiest way to get it is to find someone that sits in the situation that I want to be in. Sean here. Good morning. Hopefully I can see Sean. We'll take one more question. Here we go. I'm interested in trading, or is better have a side hustle, or both. I moved from Colombia to Germany. I'm interested in trading, or is better have a side hustle, or both. I moved from Colombia. Look, these are decisions for you to make according to your values. I would take into consideration time. Time, risk tolerance. Go ahead and take that into consideration when you're aligning with your values to make these decisions, whether to move, side hustles, etc. Remember, best way to get a side hustle off the ground is to get better at what you do today. Because if you get better at what you do today, then you'll have more time and more money. More time and more money gives you more opportunity, more options, and ability to take care of side hustles. So get better at what you do today. That's what I would talk about. Sean Tolson, are you here? Looking for you, my friend. I'll look into where we're at. On here, Jakey Bakey. How are you doing today, my friend? Very good. Do you block your daily schedule? Here we go. How are you meaningfully replacing in person, connecting now. So I always have 4 ways that I connect to people. In person, my first choice. On the phone, I'm a big phone caller, not texter. Look at your phone right now. See how many more emails, text messages you have than phone calls. You want to get someone's attention and be able to converse with them, directly. Using the phone and making a phone call is powerful. On email, getting better at that. And of course, all media, radio, print, TV, and of course, amplification of being able to capture, modify, amplify, and perpetuate through social media, extending out. There we go. See my friend from Tolson Health here. We will go ahead. Sean Tolson is coming on live. All right, Sean, welcome to my IG. I meet you, sir. I meet you too. Thank you, Arvin. Good to see you. Hey, Sean.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Your timing is impeccable. I just had on Friday someone on office hours, and he has the first virtual quarterback. Yeah, it's called The Seeker. And it can throw low, high, medium. The receiver can have a sensory thing on them, can run patterns. The quarterback finds them, hits them on his. It's incredible, and it just kind of reminded me what you were doing and changing the face of baseball. So I thought you'd give me a little bit about what you're doing at Tolson Health.
Yeah, absolutely. Happy to be here. Well, kind of my background is baseball, right? So first and foremost, I'm a baseball player. Was kind of forced through injury into retirement a couple of years ago, which is, the same former athletes. But about 5 seconds after I retired from baseball, quickly realized I already missed it. I wanted to keep my foot in the game somehow, but I didn't really feel like coaching was for me. Like, I had already been having my family chasing me around the country for the last several years, and I wanted to be able to do something at home. And another big league guy that I played with the Dodgers, Scott Van Slyke. We have very, very different backgrounds, but have always been very close. He's been in Major League Clubhouse since he was in diapers. And baseball is like all he knows through and through, right? He was drafted out of high school, got into professional baseball.
I know his dad. I know his dad, Andy.
Yeah, there you go. And so, and I'm different. I have a much more of a business mindset, but we kind of put our heads together and started something called Practice with Pros. And our vision for Practice with Pros is trying to connect the amateur baseball player to former professional players, because we saw that there was this gap here. And, where if you're an expert in your industry, for just say you're a lawyer or a doctor or something, right? You're an expert and you're going to do that until you're old. And baseball is so different. You're an expert and then you're out of it. And there's nowhere to really use your expertise unless you want to coach. So we're like, there's a lot of guys out there that know a lot of stuff that no one's tapping into that. So how do we tap into that? So we created Practice with Pros, went down the road of developing an app, trying to connect players to these former major league players that want to give back, that want to coach. A lot of it's just advice giving. I mean, it's almost like a mentorship relationship opportunity for kids to have with a former big leaguer. So kind of through that process, go ahead.
Yeah, I got to interrupt because I'm doing my training I did a ton of research on mentorship. Obviously, I have a huge business advisory mentorship program for years and years, but a lot of my mentorship has come from like Gene Tennis, right? Gene Tennis was the MVP of the World Series, has 8 World Series rings, and fell into that gap of, he coached for the Cardinals, and Toronto with Cito, but he also, the life advice, right? The sleep, stress, genetics, exercise, environment, just consistent advice, how to win in life. So I think, people have to realize what you're building here is so crucial, because I call it the spirit of excellence, but for an injury or circumstance, who knows how long you would have played, but you don't reach that level without a spirit of excellence. And if you can teach people the spirit of excellence and, apply it to a David Meltzer that just does not have the talent, but is a great salesperson or has a good business mind, and say, well, this is how I used to sleep on the road. I know you're traveling 200 days a year, Dave. Let me help you. And so when people are out there looking at what you guys are doing, it goes, you don't just have to be a baseball player, I think, to be a customer, Tolson Health. I think the majority is outside of baseball, what a lot of these guys can teach you.
Yeah. And just to clarify, Tolson Health that's just my Instagram handle. So the actual company name,
Yeah.
the actual company name is Practice with Pros. But what we did with Practice with Pros is we had an opportunity to team up with V1 Sports. So V1 Sports has been in the video analysis and kind of virtual coaching game for a long time in golf. And golf's always kind of the first to get into any kind of technology in sports. And so we had this opportunity to open a Practice with Pros online academy within the V1 Sports ecosystem. Okay, and what's this allowed us to do? It's allowed us to layer on video analysis on top of this relationship, this mentorship relationship. So now it's not just, hey, here's some advice, keep working hard. All of a sudden now it's like we've got players sending video in of their swing or of their pitching delivery. And now we're having former pros break that down using drawing tools. And then that gets automatically delivered back to the student, right? So each student has their own locker. And now all these lessons are saved forever in the cloud. And players can go back and watch them. Kind of what we found is like, there's just a huge change in the way kids learn now, right? We know this in school, right? Kids are learning all this stuff on the computer, iPad, very short attention spans. And we're starting to see that in our own lives as well. But you show a kid like a 2-minute YouTube video on how to do something, they remember every single word and they do it, right? But if you walk them through step by step through an hour-long lesson, like it doesn't work. So with these lessons that we're creating, they're quick. A player sends like 2 or 3 swings, and literally within minutes, the player they could send that to their coach. The coach could analyze it, voice over, side by side, video overlay, give some advice, attach a drill to it, send that back to the player. And then there's a actual transaction that happens. So that's kind of part of the beauty too, right? This is a way for former players, right? Not all former players are millionaires, right? This is a way for former players to instantly, as soon as they're done playing, or if they want to when they're playing, to use their expertise to teach the game of baseball and to make a little bit of money as well. So cool stuff.
Yeah, when it provides a format too, I would say, 20% selling, 80% collecting, and some of the detriment or resistance that a professional athlete has is they don't like to sell, right? They don't want to sell themselves, their ego, their humility. And so this is a great platform that provides a business platform that promotes them, markets them, collects the money for them, pays them, and it's a great source of income. And they're helping. You and I both know the biggest problem with youth sports is the coaching, right? Is that we're desperate to find people that know what they're talking about. And the sad thing is, coming from, one of the biggest sports agencies in the world that had some of the greatest baseball, football, boxers, is that you get frustrated seeing coaches that ruin a career because they are arrogant and forcibly tell a kid the wrong advice. And you catch him at 17 going, why are your feet like that? Oh, because when I was 12, right, on my all-star team, this coach told me this. And meanwhile, it was just some hyper-competitive father that, wasn't playing 200 days a year for 10 years, that understands exactly situational knowledge and can see things that no one else sees. So this has so much value. Now, how do people engage with Practice with the Pros? How do they engage with the pros? How do you sign up? What's the structure? Is it per lesson, or how does that all work?
So we'll start on the player side, right? So if you're a player and you want to get coached by a pro, or you want to go shopping for all the other coaches that are on our platform right now, you would go to the App Store, download the V1 Baseball app. Okay, download V1 Baseball app. It's a totally free download. Okay, with the free download, you have the ability to capture your video and send your video to a coach. Okay, that feature is and will always be free. Okay, if you want to tap into like the analysis tools and the side-by-side and the model swings, these kind of things, then you have to upgrade the app. But to just record, send it to a coach, totally free. What you do, download that, shoot your video, find Practice with Pros if that's who you want to coach, right? If you want to get coached by former pros, find Practice with Pros in the list of academies, then find the former pro, tap his name, and now you're paired with that coach and your video will get sent to him. But before you do that, right, you go to our website, okay, go to V1 Sports and look into V1 Baseball, okay? We just launched this V1 Baseball app. And if you're a coach, you don't have to be a former pro or former big leaguer, right? We we can actually take your coaching business as it is right now and put it online, totally turnkey, so that you can start engaging in a time more than ever where this is more important than ever to be able to do things remotely and virtually. We can onboard you within minutes, and all of a sudden you've got an entire coaching business online.
That is amazing. Thank you so much. Now, I know at Tolson House is your Instagram. Is there somewhere else to reach, besides the app, a website or another Instagram handle to reach you or the company?
Absolutely. You go follow V1 Baseball on Instagram. You can follow V1 Sports, right? And then you can find us on our website. Go to v1sports.com and just go exploring, right? Go search baseball. Very excited to do this. The beauty of this, I just finished reading a book called The Second Mountain, right? And with professional play, think about a professional baseball player. Like we've climbed the first mountain, and so now it's your second mountain's always about doing things for others, and this is what we're doing, right? We're doing this. This is our second mountain. So we're doing this because we have purpose. We have a love for the game.
Yeah, what I learned climbing my second mountain in my career was that I spent so much time focusing getting over that first mountain, but for the second mountain, I started realizing that, the guy or the girl who made that mountain is walking with me. Why am I so worried about the mountain? So I think that's awesome, giving people an opportunity. What a great business model. I've been involved for 35 years in this space, and it is one of the best apps that I've heard of because, I'm doing a training on Friday just to this issue. Find someone that sits in the situation that you want to be in and ask them for directions. They already know how to get there. And that's exactly what you're doing. Thank you so much, my friend. I'll talk to you soon, Sean.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you so much.
You got it, brother. Thanks.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye. All right. There you go. It's pinned up there. V1sports.com. Download the free app, V1 Sports. You got it. These guys know what they're doing. They're leveraging unbelievable knowledge right to you directly in minutes in the format that your kids want, or if you're a kid that you want. This is what I'm talking about on Friday, mentorship. These are the businesses around mentorship. How do we mentor? Who mentors? Why do we mentor? What should we look for in a mentor? How do we ask for a mentor? I know you guys have these questions. I get them every day. David@dmeltzer.com to register. Join my text community, 949-298-2905. Go ahead, use my search engine, search.dmeltzer.com. Search.dmeltzer.com. All right, let's take one more question and see where we're at. Thank you so much. What's been the greatest lesson from your private coaching groups? The collective conscious. I had one this morning, 5:30 a.m. this morning, and there's a collective conscious. The questions, are helping me coaching one-on-one, but allowing the group to create its own conscious is extraordinary. Everybody's answers kind of and questions related and helped each other, and then they network, they mastermind, they go to the trainings on Friday, books, exercises, guides. It's all a collective conscious, and they're fun. Best idea that I came up with to scale how I can help more people are the private groups that I have. If you want to join, Christina's on there this morning. Christina, you tell them how valuable it is. If you're not in one, you're making a mistake. I'm just telling you that with no ego. And I'm saying that because the collective conscious is extraordinary. And Christina, Christian, you want to join, David@dmeltzer.com. David@dmeltzer.com. Come join me. My text community, 949-298-2905. Join me Friday, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. If you miss it, the replays are featured on Spotify. The Playbook is the name of it. The Playbook is the podcast. It has billionaires, millionaires, entrepreneurs, athletes, celebrities, entertainers. The biggest in the world are on there. Please join me on Spotify, Entrepreneur, or every platform. You'll love it. If you have anything at all, just David@dmeltzer.com. Remember, most importantly, and I'm going to see everybody Friday or on the replays, remember, be kind to your future self.